Bienvenidos Power Bottoms to 2021. The first video of 2021 on this channel, my channel, I guess. Feels weird to say that. I got new lights for the background and they're pink and purple and white, but you can't tell in the video, I don't think, so that's kind of a bummer. Don't know what to do with that. But today is the first video 2021. I already said that. Go grab your project. All artists who are working on things, it's time to work. What am I saying? Oh yeah, I got your mug. Here you go. You wanted hot chocolate, correct? There's your hot chocolate. Your first hot chocolate of 2021. Probably not, I don't know. Wait, have I had hot chocolate this year yet? I don't know if I have. But, time to work. I am currently working on some adoptables. If you are interested in the adoptables I'm working on, I will be posting them the same time that I post this video. So, if you want them, go to my Instagram, okay? I'll be selling them on Instagram. Let me start recording. So, to all of the artists that are watching this, go grab a work in progress. Go grab whatever project that you are avoiding working on right now. And let's start working. So, like I said, I'm working on some adoptables. They are not very well planned out, so don't expect me to go very far in this, alright? Alright. New Year's resolutions. That is a thing that people do. I personally have never had a New Year's resolution. I always thought they were kind of silly, especially because you just hear how often it is that people kind of give up on their New Year's resolution, and knowing me, I am a giver-upper. I you know, there's a lot of things that I'm just so not passionate enough about that there's just no point in me trying. But I have decided, you know what? I'm going to attempt having New Year's resolutions this year. What's the harm in it? Well, actually, there could be some harm in it, which I'll talk about. But, you know, I'm going to try to improve myself in a healthy manner, and I'm going to try to not be so hard on myself, because that's kind of what I'm afraid of. So, me giving up on stuff, pretty common. Especially when it's stuff that I am not, like, good at yet, like with new art mediums, you know, like, if I want to try watercoloring, and I'm not immediately good at it, I'm just like, you know what, screw this, I don't need this, and then I just give up. Yeah, it's not a healthy way of thinking. I don't know how to draw shoes. Maybe I should just not draw his shoes right now. Like, for example, different art mediums. If I want to try a new art medium and I'm not immediately good at it, such as, you know, watercolor paints. I suck at using watercolors. Yeah, if I'm not immediately good at it, I end up giving up, because it's like, what's the point in doing something that I'm not good at, you know? I'm wasting time. But the thing is, that's so silly to think of, because, like, I draw. Clearly, I'm drawing that right now. And it's not like I was good at drawing, like, from the moment I picked up a pencil. Like, that's just not how it works. Some people are, you know, more naturally inclined to be, you know, creative and stuff like that. And I get that. But even the best artists have to start somewhere. So why is it that I'm so okay, like, not being great at drawing? Because I guess it's just because of the passion, right? Like, I'm passionate about art, but why am I not passionate about watercolors, you know? And why can I not draw shoes? That's another important question. Why did I give him heels? You know what? That's fine. He can wear heels if he wants. I'll change his boots later. Bubby, what are you doing? Hey, are you eating your toy right now? You are such a fool. Am I just talking about me giving up on stuff? I want to talk about my New Year's resolutions in hopes that maybe it'll make me more likely to not give up on them, but also I kind of just want to talk about, like, healthy ones and unhealthy ones and just stuff like that. So New Year's resolutions are pretty popular, I think. I don't know how many people make them nowadays, but I remember, like, back when I was a child, I feel like they were more popular. Like, it was always in media and stuff like that. They could still be in media, but I just don't watch TV anymore, so maybe that's why I think it's not as popular. I don't know, whatever. But most like the most common New Year's resolutions are like have to do with working out and weight loss and stuff like that, which, to be fair, one of my resolutions is to be more active. So like I was gonna say I'm a criminal, but I'm not a criminal. I'm guilty of that resolution. Not a criminal. Am I a criminal? I don't think I'm a criminal yet. So yeah. But I feel like it just has to do with like how you go about it. Like there's obviously healthy ways to lose weight and unhealthy ways of losing weight, that stuff. I don't want to talk about that too much just because I know weight can be like a pretty touchy subject and stuff. But yeah, like people expect too much change in too little of a time, and forming new habits is so hard. I don't know if this is still right, but I remember hearing that to form a new habit, you have to do it like every day for 30 days straight or something like that. I don't want to like I'm not saying that's true just because like I said, I don't know if that's like still, if that was even proven as a fact, okay? I really don't know, but I just remember that's what I heard back in the day. But if that is true, like 30 days straight to do the same thing over and over, that's dedication, and suddenly being dedicated to something that you weren't before is hard. I have to change his boots. He's looking too fabulous, guys. Look at his boots. I want to give him like, what boots am I thinking of? Is it called combat boots? I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of. But anyways, a lot of people's resolutions are very, very, what's the word? They're just really big. And when you're trying to do something new or trying to reach some goal and it's too out of reach, if you fail, I don't know, like it's just so easy to give up when your goals feel like they're so out of the way, like they're so unattainable, So I know you have to set goals that are like more realistic. I don't know if my goals for this year are very realistic, so I'm going to share them to you. I feel like I'm trying to keep a healthy and open mind about these resolutions that I have. Some of them I feel like are a lot easier than, others that I have. But you'll see. So, like one of my resolutions this year is active related. So I want to be more active this year. And that was kind of a resolution, kind of like a goal of last year. My eyelash is like weird. And okay, to be fair, I kind of did pretty okay with my activeness, my activities last year. But like, why isn't this erasing? For example, last year I got way more active, as in I was going out to run with one of my coworkers once a week, and when I wasn't running with her, I would sometimes go running with my mom. And the thing is that my mom likes to run like really early in the mornings, like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., and I'm not a morning person in the slightest. So eventually I was like, you know what, I can't wake up early enough to run with my mom. I'm just gonna get a gym membership, which is a big thing, by the way. Like, I hate the gym. I hate the gym with a passion. I get freaked out that other people can watch me work out. It's just like, I don't know. I'm just like, I'm such an introvert when it comes to that kind of stuff. So, it just makes me uncomfortable. So, I got a membership, a gym membership, and then 1 week after I got the membership, the pandemic hit, or the quarantine hit. That's what I meant to say. And so the gym closed, and then that exact gym is closed forever. Yeah, so that was kind of a bummer. And I would run again, outdoors, because I wanted to maintain some sort of activeness. But it's just like, even though I love it, I love running outdoors, it's just kind of scary. I'm so terrified of being kidnapped. That's a fear of mine. Did you know that? Did you know that I'm afraid of being kidnapped? I don't know if anybody would want to kidnap me, but freaks me out a bit. So yeah, but I got a treadmill, so now I can run whenever I want. So one of my goals this year is to be active at least 4 days a week. Because I feel like 4 days is a pretty good amount of days to have some, you know, like 7 days a week, like every day for me to like work out every single day. I know I'm not going to do that. I know I'm not. I'm kind of like adjusting my goals to be more realistic because I like to just not work out. I prefer to not work out. Well, that's kind of not true. It's changed. So yeah, I want to be active 4 days a week, and I want to set a goal for that as well. So either I run 3 miles, those, you know, during my activity time, or I do some other kind of workout, but it has to at least last 45 minutes. Running 3 miles, I can do that a little bit less than 45 minutes. So it's either that or the 45 minute thing. And so far so good. I have a calendar that I'll show you soon, and it's been great. Like, I enjoy running a lot. It feels good because I feel like I've accomplished something. Like, even if I didn't do anything for the whole day, if I didn't work on commissions or videos or art or just do anything really productive in my eyes, if I run, I feel like I won the lottery. Like, I'm just like, I am so successful. I am a good person. I ran, like, I don't know. It just feels good. And I feel better when I run. Like, whenever I feel like I want to cry, because, you know, that's a thing that I like to do sometimes. You know, not that there's anything wrong with crying. You know, I am such a believer in crying is very healthy for you, but sometimes I don't feel like crying. So if I don't want to cry, I'll just run, and then I don't want to cry anymore because I'm running. I feel like I'm literally running away from my feelings, and that makes it like way more fun. Like, I'm like running on the treadmill, and what was that? Wasn't there like a video or a gif, and it's like, ha ha ha, you can't catch me, gay thoughts, or something like that? That's me, but with my feelings. Like, you can't catch me, sad, like, emotions, or like sad feelings, or I don't know, depressing thoughts. Yeah, that's just me running away from my feelings, and it works for me personally. I'm not trying to preach about how great working out is for like depression and anxiety and stuff. I know it can be helpful, but obviously I just feel like it depends on like your anxiety levels and stuff like that. Oh, what color am I gonna make him? I for sure want to make him have pink hair. So let me color his hair first, and if I figure out the shade of pink that I want, then I can figure out what skin color I want him to have. This is a good way of seeing how I do commissions, by the way. Usually I do color hair first, just because I usually have like, oh, that's the wrong thing. I usually have a clear idea of what I want their hair to look like and their like hair color, and I will base a character off of their hair pretty much. This isn't the shade of pink that I want him to have. This is just a starting color so that I can adjust it later. But this is a dark enough pink that I can see like the clear pixels and stuff, so yes. But anyways, so yeah, me running away from my feelings is really fun, and I just enjoy it a lot more than I used to. And now that I have a treadmill, I can run like as weird as I want and at whatever time. So usually I'll run from like 10 p.m. or, you know, I'll start running at 10 p.m. or 11 p.m. I ran until like 1 a.m. once. Not until 1 a.m., but like I was running at 1 a.m. And even though that's super late, that is when I have my energy. I'm not a morning person. I have no energy during the day at all. I usually work on art and commissions and videos at night. But I'm hoping to get out of that habit because I just have more time in the day. So it'd be kind of silly to not try to work during the day, even though it's harder for me. But yeah, so I like to run at 1 a.m. and I can do whatever. Like, I'm kind of like half running, half dancing, and I don't have to worry about anybody watching me. I don't have to worry about anybody kidnapping me. I mean, I'm sure it's still a thing that can happen, but hopefully it's gonna happen. It's like a lesser chance of it happening if I'm in my own house. You know what I say? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, moving on. Let me try to figure out the shade of pink I want. I prefer pinks that are closer to the red side, and I want like a lighter pink. I feel like this looks too similar to my old OC Riley, who I just sold off though, so I might have to make him a different hair color just because the hairstyle is too similar as well. So I can either give him a different hair color or a different hairstyle. I'm gonna go for a different hair color. Okay, so I know these colors are so basic, but I love this color for hair. I usually use this color to portray black hair, but you know, some people portray this color as being purple hair, so it's all up to you. Like, whoever buys this character, they can figure out if it's black or purple or whatever. I don't care. I just personally love using this color for hair though. This is a color I use for Luca usually, and him, I portray him as having black hair, but I just use dark purple just because it's just easier to like shade and to kind of manipulate in lighting and stuff like that. So that's just how I do it. Some people like using dark blues, which is also very nice, but purple just matches Luca way more in my opinion. Anyways, as I was saying, working out great. Moving on. Another resolution I have is drinking water. I hate drinking water with an absolute passion. Like, I would rather work out like 2 hours a day than have to drink water. Well, not necessarily that I'd rather do it, it's just easier for me to do it. Like, drinking water is so hard for me. Like, even today, for example, I forgot to drink water until like an hour or two ago. So I kind of just rushed my water down. I don't know if that's good or bad. So I have like a hydro flask that online it says it carries 40 ounces of water, but my refrigerator water maker thingy says it's 50 ounces. So I'm not really sure how much water. It's actually more like 55 ounces. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure how much water that hydro flask holds, but I just want to drink one of those a day. And like I said, that's not a very big goal, but it's an attainable goal, even though I just said that I have a hard time attaining that goal. But you see what I'm doing? I'm trying to set my goals a little bit smaller so it's easier for me. And I want to talk about that again, but I'll talk about that later. Another resolution of mine, I have a lot of them, is to walk my dog or just play with my dog for a solid 45 minutes a day. Now, before you like accuse me of not paying attention to my dog, I'm not saying only for 45 minutes a day. That's just the minimum. And the thing is, like, with my dog, he's my shadow, literally. He's by my side all the time. So if I'm working on something and I need to take like a 5-minute break, I will spend those 5 minutes with him because he's right there, and I'll play with him or pet him or do whatever, right? But when I say 45 minutes, I mean like a solid 45 minutes of walking or a solid 45 minutes of playing fetch or training him, or, you know, just something like that. Like, just like a good, like, hopefully it's a consistent 45 minutes, like 45 minutes straight. But, you know, like, sometimes he gets tired, so obviously it can't be 45 minutes straight. Or, you know, if I don't have 45 minutes, like, straight available, like, maybe I can do, like, 25 minutes and then 20 minutes later, you know, stuff like that. I just really, like, I want to exercise my dog more, you know? And not that he's, like, not exercising every day, because he's the most active, hyper dog I've ever met. But I just feel like sometimes there are days where I don't feel like getting up to take him out, you know, like to the park or whatever, or to a walk, or even play fetch with him outside. Like, some days I just don't feel like it, and then when it's the end of the day, I feel so guilty. And especially when I have, like, it doesn't happen anymore, but last year, like, after the breakup, it was really hard for me to, like, have the motivation to get up and, you know, play with him and stuff. And I would just feel so guilty, and I just don't want to feel like that anymore. I would have times where I just wouldn't take him for a walk for like days on straight. So yeah, I want to avoid that, and by avoiding that, I'm keeping it track on a calendar. I'm keeping all this on track on a calendar, by the way, just because for me, I like to see things visually, like for anything, like for learning new things. I have to watch people do whatever I'm trying to learn or whatever, you know. That's why I watch YouTube videos for tutorials instead of reading stuff. Like, reading stuff is boring, and there's no pictures, and it sucks, and I can't learn anything. I am going all over the place today. I am so sorry. I'm very passionate about learning. No, I'm not. That's such a lie. But yes, I have a calendar that I'm marking. And yeah, so I'm gonna be active with Bobby. Yeah, take him for walks, taking him to play fetch. I haven't taken him to the dog park in a while, because God, it's so, people just want to interact with me, and I'm like, hey, can you like not talk to me? We're like, there's literally a disease, a virus going around, can you just stay away? So that's not very reliable, so sometimes I just gotta walk him. What am I talking about? What color eyes should I give him, guys? I want to give him gold, but that's like almost the exact same color palette as Luca. You can see I have a preference. So let's give him light purple eyes, and maybe I'll throw some pink in there. Oh, but that's literally Luca's color palette again. Okay, let's just do pink, and then we'll throw red. Pink is still the color palette, but Luca doesn't really go with red, so guys, it is so hard for me to create. And let me just tell you, it takes me forever to create adoptables, like, just because I want them to be as handsome or beautiful as possible, and it's hard because I've done adoptables for years and years and years, and I want to try to come up with something somewhat original every time, and that's hard. It's really hard. See, this literally just looks like Luca. How do I make it not look like him? I might have to change his hair color, honestly. Maybe if I just color everything else besides his hair. So sometimes if this happens, instead of just picking out a color and trying it, I'll open the hues box. I don't think you can see it. I don't think it records on my screen. Nope. But I'm gonna just adjust the hues every now and again. See what sticks. Maybe blue hair might be the thing, actually. Let's see. Let's like lighten it a bit. This looks like Enoch. But this green is really pretty. Should I give him green hair? Does anybody want a character with green hair? Let's look at the other colors. That's a really nice blue. I do like that a lot. Purple again. Maybe if I just give him a lighter purple like this, that might work. I don't know though. Oh, that's really nice. I like that color a lot. Oh, that's a nice color. Oh, that looks like mica. Why am I just accidentally designing my OCs again? Oh, it doesn't look like mica too much, so I'm gonna go with that. Alright, I like this color a lot. He might look a little bit basic to you guys, but I'm really digging it. Now I gotta change his eye color, and now I can make his eyes gold. Oh, that's nice. That's a nice orangey color. Okay. So now I'm gonna add some gold. And speaking of coloring, another goal of mine has to do with art, obviously. So, I want to improve my art, but not necessarily, like, improvement is, you know, kind of like some people can say you improve in art, and then other people would say that you regressed in your art skills, or that it wasn't enough improvement, or you didn't improve at all. Like, it's kind of subjective sometimes. Not all the times, but just sometimes. So my goal isn't necessarily to improve in my art. It's more that I want to try new things in my art. I want to try new coloring techniques, especially. Like, I love coloring a lot, but I've noticed my art in the past couple of years, I've been using the same coloring. Like, even now I'm kind of using the same coloring, and I'm tired of that. I used to love coloring, and now I hate coloring sometimes just because it's just like so boring to me. And to try new things is to put more effort into it, and sometimes I don't feel like putting effort into my art. Yeah, it's kind of like a bummer, but that's just the truth. And I want to try new techniques, find something I like, and then eventually when you find some coloring technique or any technique that you like enough, you do it more often, it becomes easier. Suddenly it's not as much effort to do it, and then you just have cool looking art. What is that? Anyways, you just have really cool looking art that, yeah, that doesn't take as much effort, I guess. Not that it doesn't take as much effort, but you've improved at that point, you know? When harder looking art or more detailed art, more, you know, whatever art is easier for you, that's when you have improved. So, yes. I want to especially learn different ways to color hair and to color eyes. That, for me, is like, I love hair so much, and I want to make it look better. And I feel like I suck at making hair look good, you know? And I hope that doesn't come off as like weird. Like, I hope people aren't gonna be like, you don't suck, Leslie, don't say those negative things about you. Like, I get it and I appreciate it, but like sometimes I just gotta say it, you know? Like that's just my opinion about myself. What am I doing? I want to add some red, but I don't know where to add the red in. In my recent art that I posted, especially with commissions, I've been trying different things with coloring, and I've ended up liking my art a lot more, and I've been getting more compliments on my coloring recently, so I know I'm doing something right, you know? And that just feels good, to be able to just sit down and be like, you know what, just take a few extra minutes to try new things, and if you like it, that's great. And then, you know, it's been happening for me, and that's awesome. Very cool, very cool. But anyways, I don't know why. So talking about that, I want to work on art more often. One of my resolutions that's on my calendar is I want to try to work on my art more often, especially commissions. It's so hard to get myself to work on commissions sometimes. And it has nothing to do with the commissioner. It's not like I ever have to draw something I hate or anything. All of my commissions I end up having a really good time doing. But like, if it's art that's not necessarily for me, sometimes I just have a hard time. Actually, that's not even true. I have a hard time working on any art, honestly. Just like, I'm so much of a procrastinator. Even if it's something that I'm really excited to get out there, I'll take a long time to do it. That's kind of why I did this series as well, the Owl's Nest series, and every time I'm like, go grab your work in progress, guys, time to work. That's like a good thing for procrastinators, if like somebody is telling them to do their thing. I mean, not all the time, obviously. Like, some procrastinators, such as myself, like, we don't like being told that we have to do it because we know we have to do it. I am just talking way too much. I want to talk about some resolutions that are not necessarily like the ones that I already mentioned. I want to learn to be comfortable with myself. I want to stop being so hard on myself. I want to be comfortable being alone. I want to just be happy with myself and with who I am. That's another resolution. And that might not necessarily be doable in a year, but it's just a goal that I have in my mind. And it's something that I will actively work on. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there needs to be more resolutions like that. I feel like so many resolutions are weight or appearance based, which is, like I said, I just had one like that, so I'm not saying that I'm not guilty of this, right? But I just feel like people pay way too much attention on just physical appearance, and people don't necessarily work on themselves emotionally wise, you know? I feel like who you are as a person is probably more, a little more important, you know? You can be like a fantastic looking person, but if you're terrible on the inside, you're kind of just a terrible person overall. Like, no amount of makeup or working out or surgeries is gonna fix you being ugly on the inside, you know, or you having some sort of problem, you know, that's fixable. There's obviously some emotional problems that might not be as easily fixable, and I get that, but you know, can I fix me being so hard on myself? Yeah, probably. It's just gonna be a lot of work, and that's fine. Especially after the year that I had last year, my self-confidence totally just plummeted last year. I absolutely hated myself with a passion last year, and I did grow a lot last year as well. Like, I hated myself a lot, right? But then, like, kind of towards the middle of the year, I was like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't hate myself too much. And now I'm like, yeah, that's probably it. That's probably a good idea, is to not hate myself. And now that I don't necessarily hate myself anymore, I'm like, what can I do to be happy with myself. I feel like I'm just kind of tolerating myself at best. I want to love myself. Like, I want to love the person that I am. I want to love how to explain this? I want to love what I like. Does that make any sense? I want to love that I love YouTube. I want to love that I love art. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be more supportive of my feelings, and I want to be more supportive of my interests, stuff like that. You know, I feel like that should be a resolution for a lot of people. I feel like there's so much shame for everything, and things have been getting better, you know. That was a hiccup. Things have been getting better for a lot of, like, I remember, like, when I was in high school and middle school, you could not tell anybody that you watched anime because you were a nerd. You were, it was like looked down on. Whereas now, if you don't watch anime, you're a total weirdo, right? Like it's so common, and I love that. I wish I had that, but I didn't, and that's totally fine because as long as kids nowadays have that like openness now, that's great. What am I talking about? I was really on a roll there, wasn't I? Where did that roll go? Have you guys noticed that I do red around the eyes more often? I just love how that looks aesthetic-wise, you know? It's hard to do with actual makeup. Well, it's not that hard, but I'm not good with makeup, so it's hard for me. But look, especially when you do red, and then you go with like a bright saturated red, like at the tip, like I do right there. Oh, love that for me. People are just so hard on themselves when they fail a resolution, and then you like fail to run one of the days that you were supposed to run, and then you just give up because you're not good enough or whatever. I'm sick of that mentality. I say we collectively stop giving up on ourselves. I say that we start forgiving ourselves more. That's another resolution of mine. I want to stop being so hard on myself. I feel like I am just so judgmental. Like when it comes to other people, I'm so forgiving, and I'm so like, no, you tried your best. That's all that matters, dude. Like, the fact that you tried even once is amazing. But for me, if I don't have that same mentality. I'm just so, I just don't allow myself to make mistakes. Like, and if I do make the mistakes, like, I'm so ashamed of myself, and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of that. We all collectively need to agree that we will be more forgiving to ourselves, okay? Can you guys, like, agree with me there? That we will try our best, and if we fail, that's totally fine, guys. It's totally fine to fail. Okay? Okay, I think we all agreed. What can we do to agree as that? Like, write in the comments. That's how I get people to comment on my video. Like and comment on this video if you agree to be better to yourselves, to be nicer to yourselves. That's like such a weird way to get comments. It's so much easier said than done, though. Like, to suddenly change the way you think about yourself. That's hard. That's really hard. Especially, you know, depends on like how you were raised and the people that you surround yourself with. And sometimes you don't have a choice. Like if it's your family that's putting you down constantly, and you don't really have, you know, you're not old enough to move out, or you're not financially stable enough to move out, you don't really have much of a choice but to put up with it, and that can like totally damage you, and I totally get it, and that sucks big time. See, like, I don't really have much else to talk about, and I literally only colored his skin and his eyebrows. I mean, his hair. I mean, here's eyebrows as well, but so I'm wondering, like, is this okay with you guys? Are you guys okay with me drawing at the same time but not making a lot of progress, or would you rather I draw ahead of time and record it like a speed paint? But then that just kind of be a speed paint, and I've already done those, and I do those sometimes, but like, what do you guys feel, you know? Also, even though I was just saying how silly it is to like do the whole like, if you do this, comment on the video, yeah, you should comment your resolutions if you have any, and if you don't have any, that's totally fine. But I feel like you should try to have like one resolution, and it doesn't have to be like lose 50 pounds. It can just be something like I said, like, be nicer to myself. Like, that's a resolution. I feel that's a good one. That's a healthy one, you know? Yeah. Or even like, I want to try new things with art, or I want to try watercoloring. That's a resolution. That's a goal that you have. Something simple, you know, something that would make you feel good about yourself. My resolution, what is another resolution? I want to make more videos that make me happy. I've been getting a lot of comments that are like, what happened to this channel? What happened to Leslie? Why is her content like this? And it is different. And I'm not trying to be a whole different channel or anything. Like, I still want to do tutorials. But like I said, I'm not confident in my art enough to make tutorials. And that's kind of why I'm trying new things with coloring and drawing. So that hopefully I'll just learn new things. And then I can show you guys how I do it. So, you know, sorry if you don't like this new content. I totally get it. You're free to unsubscribe if you want. I would prefer that you didn't, but like if you have to do it, you have to do it. I can't force you to stay here. But it does kind of suck to constantly hear like, what happened to her? What happened to the channel? I'm like, I'm the same person. Am I though? Am I the same person? I'm definitely a better person than I was before. I'll say that. Not necessarily better that I'm a better person as in like I'm a, like integrity wise, I just mean I'm better at liking myself, okay? That's what I meant. Anyways, I'm going to talk about this art a little bit before I go. Oops, why did I combine those layers? So, I don't know anything about the second adoptable that I'm working on. As you can see, I have some type of idea for his hair. Might not go well. But this character that I'm working on right now that is a very bright green. Let me get rid of that. Let me do like this instead. This adoptable that I'm working on, my headcanon, I guess, it's that he's a little crazy. He's a little messy. He's just a messy dude. He's just a walking mess. That is my headcanon for this guy. I want to, probably when I merge all the layers together, I'll make his hair a little bit messier. Maybe put some strands of hair everywhere. Maybe put some scratches on him or something, you know. I want to portray that he's just some active guy who gets into trouble a lot. And just his style, like, you can't really tell right now, but I want to make it so that he looks just a little bit, not necessarily disheveled, but like, I don't know. Like, he's just super carefree, you know? He's just a little bit of a, oh, I shouldn't say he. I'll say they, because when I sell adoptables, I usually use they pronouns so that, you know, whoever purchases them can assign a gender that they want or no gender or, you know, whatever, you know? If you want to make them whatever gender, that's totally fine. But, yeah, so that's just my headcanon on this character. I don't know what the other character's going to look like, but I will have these out. Whenever this video is out, that is when these adoptables will be on sale on my Instagram only, okay? My Instagram is Leslie Lou Marie. You can find me under Leslie Lou Marie on all social media sites, or most of them anyways. But yeah, sorry that this video was kind of messy. It was not scripted or anything. I'm just speaking off the top of my head, top of my noodle. Oh, that sounds weird. On the top of my noggin, the top of my, what else do people use for that? Brain. Anyways, hope this was somewhat enjoyable to watch. And by the way, you will notice that I have a new end screen. From now on, so before I get there actually, if you are working on any type of art during listening to this video, please tag it, or you know, if you want to post it online, if you're comfortable posting it online, tag it with hashtag OwlsNestYT. YT stands for YouTube. And you can tag me in it as well if you prefer, especially on Instagram. I'm more likely to see it on Instagram if you tag me in it. And maybe, if you're lucky, you and, you know, whatever art you posted on that tag will be featured in the end screen, like you see right now. After this, I almost forgot to show you, this is my calendar. I got an owl calendar, and these are all the things. There's 4 colors. The pink stands for if I worked out, the yellow stands for if I worked out my dog, the purple stands for if I worked on art or commissions or videos, and the blue, green, aqua stands for if I drink the appropriate amount of water that I set for myself. Look, it's so colorful and beautiful. Okay, thank you so much for watching. Please be good outlets, and I will see you guys next time. Cut to the art now.